welcome back to the channel. In today's video we're going to be fitting an EGR Delete to my PD130 Volkswagen Bora, and just a couple of updates before we get into today's video, and that is that I've been part of Facebook groups for years, Volkswagen, Honda, etc., and I just tried my luck and I said, you know what, I'm going to advertise the whole YouTube thing on these groups, and if the admins accept it, perfect. If not, oh well, I tried. And about 8 out of 10 say actually approved the post, and 30 people from those groups made their way from the groups onto this YouTube channel and hit subscribe. And if you're one of those people, thank you so much for your time searching the channel, subscribing and maybe watching a couple of videos. It is honestly appreciated. And if you haven't subscribed, just hit the subscribe button. It's totally free and you can join my journey of the Bora, and hopefully we've got some big power soon. But as you can see here, it's been self-tapered all the way around, which yes, it's good to keep it in place because this hose has obviously failed, but I can guarantee this is absolutely oozing boost and causing a lot of leaks. I do have a new one there, which is what I'm going to replace it with today. You can see that's the blank, because this is basically just a vacuum operated valve, and with this disconnected and blocked, the valve just sits horizontal, allowing this just to be bypassed. Here is the EGR Delete in question. It's just an eBay special, and the reason I've just done an eBay special is this was like £18 or something, and the difference between this and a branded EGR Delete is literally a sticker or embroidery on the actual Delete itself. That is it. Everything else is the exact same. This came with the blanking plate for the original EGR cooler. It comes with a bung if you don't run a boost gauge, and a fitting if you're going to be running a boost gauge. I will be, because I have one here, but I'm not fitting this today, so I'll just be fitting the bung, the 3 replacement bolts, Jubilee clip, and an O-ring which fits in the back of here. It's exactly the same on any EGR Delete, so this is going to do the exact same job as one that's twice the price and branded. So first things first, I need to get the original one off the car. I've never actually done this before, so this is a first time for me as well. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is take all these self-tappers out, take all this off, and then hopefully that'll be the hose removed. And I do know it's 1, 2, and then the third bolt underneath, which I've heard is a total pain. But I guess we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. So I'll just take these out first. Can actually see all the carbon build-up on the screws there. Look at that. That's disgusting. Wonder what inside the intake looks like. As expected, quite a bit of carbon build-up in there, which is good because we're literally just removing this whole thing. If all the bolts come out that easy, this will be absolutely ideal. 2 out of 3. And when I say 2 out of 3, I mean 2 out of 2. That only had 2 bolts in it. I mean, will that even be performing properly if it's got 2 bolts? I don't think so. The fact that it's only got 2 has made this so much easier to get out. But at the same time, that's not good. That's the EGR now off, and it was made a complete piece of cake because this didn't have a bolt, so it was held on with the 2 bolts here, and this only had 1 bolt as well, which was a 6mm Allen key, and this has a chunk out of it. This was self-tapered all the way around. What a complete mess. I'm so glad that I'm doing this. Hopefully the car will run a bit better. Have a wee look in the intake. I need to clean all that up as well. I've definitely seen it a lot worse. And yeah, time to clean that. Take this actual pipe off here, which goes to the turbo, and hopefully it'll be just as smooth getting the EGR Delete on. To gain more access, I've just removed all of this vacuum system, which was just 210mm on the bulkhead there, and I can, you can't, but I can see more access down here. And just like that, the pipe is off. It was just 213 nuts on here. So much more access with that vacuum stuff out the road. I could reach in down the back and get 2 of them easily. Now I just need to put the blanking plate over here, so it's not an open hole obviously. So I'll fit that just now. I don't think I'll be able to get a good camera angle, but hopefully you understand what I'm saying. So I've got like a fibre gasket first, and then the blanking plate. I presume it does go like that, so the fibre's sitting down the way. I think that makes more sense. I'm not sure if I'm doing this backwards, but I think it would be a better seal if the fibre is facing the exhaust, if you like, and then the blanking plate on top. So that's how I'm going to fit it. You can actually see down there that I've took off the old gasket, put the new fibre gasket on with the blanking plate and the 2 original nuts as well. Now that that's done, we can fit the new EGR Delete itself. I'm glad we've got rid of all that complete rubbish that was pretty much doing nothing. First things first, I just need to put this O-ring in the back here before I forget. Should just slide in, like so. And there we go. I believe underneath is the location for the vacuum line for either the boost gauge or nothing. In this case, I'm using nothing because I'm not ready to fit my boost gauge yet. So I'm just going to tighten that in, and that'll prevent a boost leak if it fits, until I need to fit this. Why isn't that not wanting to go on? That doesn't even fit, look. Threaded, threaded. Nothing. Oh yeah, but that fits no problem. How's that? So I'm going to have to put this on, like so. Put a vacuum hose on and just crimp it so that I'm not getting a boost leak. But that's just strange. I mean, am I missing something? Am I doing something wrong? But that's just far too small for that. Oh well, I'll put some PTFE tape on this and screw that on. Like so. It's an 11mm. Strange. Typical China parts. In the meantime, I've just added some vacuum hose and screwed in a bolt so that this won't leak. I know that looks terrible, but when it comes to the time to fit in the boost gauge, it'll be ideal because I can just pull this off, attach the boost gauge line, and that's it. So now we can get this on the car. So that's the actual delete already fitted. 1, 2 and 3 bolts. It actually sits at this angle, so you can see where the boost gauge line's actually going to go. I thought it was at the bottom for some reason. This was actually way easier than I expected, because usually taking the old one off is a complete nightmare for what I've seen on other videos. But I honestly reckon that either this has had a new PD130 turbo in the past, because the previous owner told me, so it's like they've half-assed put this back on, obviously the original, hence why it was missing 2 bolts. Or this has been attempted, it's just been a nightmare and they've left it, but I'm happy we're here now. Got this all fitted. The delete is on the manifold, so I reckon now it's just a case of modifying this pipe to be able to go from this connection onto the pipe itself. And we do need to cut this part off to be able to use, well obviously it comes with a new Jubilee clip, to Jubilee clip that onto the EGR Delete. I now have my dark side elbow fitted. Please make sure when you're ordering an EGR Delete that you choose the right size pipe, because you do get different sizes. So this size is actually meant for the full front mount intercooler kit that I've got from Darkside, but the original hose that I attempted to cut and fit, I totally forgot that I opted for the bigger size for this front mount kit. So if you have a look at this elbow, it's the stock size to go onto here, which will be the same size as the kit, but it then steps up onto this size, and it came with the right size Jubilee clip as well. So for yourselves that don't have a full kit, please choose the right size of EGR Delete and cut the end of this, and then that'll fit like so straight onto your EGR Delete. But in my case, I stepped it up and I've already got this hose here, so it's just a case of tightening this, tightening that. That's me done. That's it all fitted and tight, ready to go. I just need to finish tidying this up, basically just bolting that back onto the bulkhead. I'm actually going to be getting rid of all of this and doing a full vacuum line simplification. So if you would like to see that, hit the subscribe button, because that will be coming shortly. I did notice that this vacuum hose here is completely flat. This is doing absolutely nothing. So I'm actually looking quite forward to tidying all this up. Now that that's all installed, car started, runs fine, no lights on the dashboard or anything. I have heard in the past that sometimes when you do an EGR delete, you do get an engine management light or whatever, but in this case, nothing, so happy days. I'm glad that actually came off quite well. You can see how disgusting that was. I mean, I'm not surprised on over a 250,000 mile car. It's bound to be dirty, especially a diesel, but now that that's on, it looks really clean, and it went really well. So hope you enjoyed this video. I do want to show something off very quickly before we finish. I've actually purchased a KES V2 tuning box, and this is all I've heard about for tuning Volkswagens. So I got one to try myself, and literally what this does is you plug it into the car, plug it into a laptop, and you can take the car's file off of the car onto the laptop and then send it to a tuner or tune yourself, or you've already got a tuning file, put it back on the car and your car's remapped. I've always wanted to do this. I've got a massive interest in how to do the program side of it, editing little things here and there, and there's a test I want to do which very little people have ever tried, purely because it might brick the ECU or destroy the car, but I'm all for it. So hopefully sometime soon I'll be able to try KES V2, and there's honestly not a lot of videos out there that show you how to do it. So if you've seen my videos so far, I do like to do things for the first time myself, but as well as include everybody that's watching the videos in case you're trying to do it as well. So in this case, I will be plugging it into the laptop, trying to get the car's file and basically showing you how to do it as well along with me, because it's all part of learning. So with that being said, if you have enjoyed the video, hit the like button. If you have any comments whatsoever, any advice, anything you would have suggested or something you want to see in the future, just comment down below. If you haven't already, check out my Instagram. I'll put the link in the description, and that's where I put all my usual updates as well as past cars I've owned or maybe a funny reel or something. That's where all my socials go. If you don't know this already, YouTube is free to subscribe. Hit that subscribe button and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching.